Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the waters to the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawah, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And what you're seeing here, I'm in the comment board of a new story. I just seen the other one with the Minnesota Vikings, right? We're talking about the NFL here, right? So people in the comment boards, they going ape shit, with, wanting to boycott the NFL. So here's, it says fans are pissed after New England Patriots released video introducing their cheerleading team. And you got this guy, hey, I knew the first team, I'm not sure what team it was, but they threw a Jake out there a couple of years back. I'm talking about nasty work too. Nasty work. They threw a Jake out there, you know what I'm saying, on one of these. I can't remember which team it was. I can look it up, but okay, but anyway, this is the article for the 2025 season. And what they're going to do is they're going to destroy this shit pretty much like how the NBA is destroyed overall. The ratings going to go down. People have been talking about getting rid of season tickets and stuff like that. But a few of the points that I wanted to make were, a point. Remember when Trump was talking shit about Jake taking a knee and he was calling them son of a bitches and all this stuff like that? And all these different things that he was talking about as far as the NFL. So when it comes to stuff like this right here, he's getting rid of DEI. He's telling you that there can only be a male, female, gender, on birth certificates and shit like that. And he didn't sign, I don't know how many executive orders. That motherfucker probably done signed about 1,000 executive orders, but he never signed one to get rid of Pride Month. You never see him on TV condemning Israel for having Pride Month over in Tel Aviv and the Holy Land. But your taxpayers' money is going there, right? Now, they promote their military in these NFL games. That's where you see a lot of the recruitment of videos that, they kind of making them look cool, like it's Call of Duty. You can be, the best that you can be and all this other shit. And I had done a lesson, I think maybe a year or so ago, talking about how Esau basically, he uses, the NFL to recruit our people, mainly, your so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to come into his military to go and fight wars in other places that don't have shit to do with you, but they actually get tax breaks. Now, I'm not sure what they're doing now, but they used to get a pretty hefty tax break from the from the government. The NFL, they that's $1 billion corporation, damn near $1 trillion corporation. So the people are up in arms about stuff like this right here. And when I seen it yesterday, what comes to mind is the fall of an enemy. Because when you have I gotta just say it, these sissies, with Bernie Mac, these sissies cheerleading on your teams, you know what I'm saying, when it's supposed to be a masculine sport. We go back to the days of when the NFL was, first came into the game, and them motherfuckers didn't even have a face mask on. If they had them little leather helmets, and motherfuckers was really like catching real blows. Like, you can get a damn limb broken right out on the field. They drag your ass off and keep the game going. It's not like that these days. They got all these special pads, sensors, and it's just not what it used to be. So it's a soft game now. I rarely watch it myself, but this is Sirach chapter 25 and verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right? So we're watching the fall of our enemy right now, because America, you can't get no more cream puff than this, when this used to be the most masculine sport probably in the world. And I seen this video yesterday because I was going to do something on this yesterday, but just so happened, hey, that's a spirit that I here you go with another team. But this shit right here with the Minnesota Vikings, though, let me see if I can find it. Let's open a page real quick, see if we can I'm going to this Google. Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders, man. This dude is and boy, when I say boy, soy ooh to the woo. Shit is crazy, man. Like I can't even front, bro. Like this shit is out of head. I couldn't do nothing but laugh when you seeing this. They got two. I think Minnesota Vikings. They got two guys on the team, but it's this one that just looked like this guy right here. He's just complete biatch. Like for real, for real. You know, he out there. It's not like, you know, like college where you got those big strong ass guys that'll throw a bitch in the air and let her talk, you know, flip her ass and do all those stands and do all, you know, because they have those cheerleading competitions and stuff like that. And generally it'll be like a little chick. You know, she's probably about 4'2", only weighing about 98 to 102 pounds. And she's able to stand on this guy's hands. But, you know, some of them dudes, man, they strong as shit. They'll toss that bitch into the air, let her, you know, do a bunch of flips, and that bitch will land right back on his hands. That's something different as opposed to this particular kind of cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? So, let me see here. And people pissed, man. They getting rid of them season tickets. A lot of this stuff is TikTok. I don't really want to do the TikTok thing. Let me see. But I mean, you can pull up videos though, and you can see this dude, man. Yeah, I'm talking about piss. When I say piss, these platforms, they've been going in on this, man. But you got a lot of woke ass people. Like, look at this dude. I don't know. The TikTok may not even play on here. I may have TikTok. Look at this dude. Come on, bro. You can't tell me. And people are ready to get rid of their season tickets for shit like this, bro. You know? So let me go back, though. Yeah, this is the fall of a kingdom. Where your women are masculine as hell. And your dudes are cream puffs, man. Let me see here. Matter of fact, I should have just put in what all teams have them. I'm thinking it can't be that many teams that have it's not widespread, but it's getting there, you know. And your kids be watching shit like this. As a matter of fact, when I seen the video of this guy that I just showed, when the cheerleaders popped out, they had two little so-called black girls in the backdrop. It was like a bunch of little girls, but they had the two little so-called black girls up front. And I'm thinking like, nah, you know, leave our people out of this shit. Let me see. I'm gonna put in just male cheerleaders. I didn't even know that they going hard with this. But where's Trump at? Is my thing. Where is he at with this? Ah, shit. I put in male cheerleaders. So this is new. Here. Oh my. Hell no. Oh boy, can you say tutti frutti? Golly, bro. This shit is done though. But this lets you know that it's a done deal, man. It's a done deal. And if anybody speak out on this, you know, you living in cancel culture for real, where they'll get ready, they'll, you know, gun for you. But a lot of these Americans, they're not going for it, and it's this type of stuff that really has the nation divided. Let's get that Matthew 12 and 25 real quick, because these Trump supporters, hey, when they got Trump in there, like I said again, see, Trump duped them. He ran his campaign on, you know, we're gonna have two genders, male and female, but he went no further with it. Like, you know, you still have Pride Month, which just flew by, and he didn't say anything about that shit. You know, he kind of put out there, you know, the women, you know, competing with transgender men, so to speak. You know, he kind of threw a lot on that. But overall, I mean, the problem is still persists because you're not getting to the root of it. These people are still out here operating, man. Then you had, you know, of course, Joe Biden's whole little crew. You don't even hear about none of those people no more. You don't know where none of those people are. You ain't heard nothing about nobody that was all those transgender people. Matter of fact, I seen this guy. What's this guy name? Pete Buttigieg. I think he was over. He put this guy in with his husband. Supposedly getting a divorce. Now, mind you, he was over transportation. This guy right here, nasty work. Let me see. Hold on. This guy right here, nasty work. Now, He's over the Department of Secretary of Transportation, right? And it was a big ass disaster that had happened. And guess where he was at? He was on maternity leave with his husband with some damn, I think like some baby twins or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That they supposedly had adopted or whatever the case may be. Now he's talking about running for president. I see this shit yesterday. Let me see. So he's actually the bitch in a relationship because it's saying this guy supposedly his husband. Let me just put in divorce talks or some silly shit. Some shit. I seen that shit, man. I'm like, here we go. He married Chasten Glesman, a school teacher and writer. Okay, but it was saying something about shit. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm not seeing the actual article or story that I seen yesterday. But either way, the point you get the point. Like this guy's trying to run for president, and this is just modern day Rome, man. But let me get that one script. Matthew 12:25. It says, "And Yahweh knew their thoughts, and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" And this particular subject right here, when it comes to these LGBT, that shit, that really put a real separation, a divider down the middle of America, so to speak. Going back past 10 years has been real strong. So now it's at a peak point pretty much overall, and people are sick of this shit because it's being shoved down everybody's throat. Everybody not with this shit. Yeah, this guy right here, real nasty work. And then you remember you had the general, Obama whole staff, man, that shit. And pretty much, that's what really, a lot of that got Trump reelected, man. Because people was tired of all that, that the shit that Joe Biden and them was doing with the nasty people. Michelle Obama and them, talking to, and all this LGBT, you talking to kids, trying to get them to, you're so brave. They came out with the 988 hotline and shit. Now they done got rid of, that's one thing Trump did do a couple of months back here. He got rid of the 988 suicide portion of the LGBTQ because those people are going through so much, because all them damn demons are on their asses. So he ended up getting rid of that portion of it. It's still 988. You can still call it if you got a mental health issue going on. But Biden had got to the point of giving a special section to the LGBTQ community, and Trump just got rid of that shit. But nasty work, bro. This is nasty work. And when I tell you, these people in the comment boards, they are not with this shit, right? But you have to, and then they'll say government this or government that, but in reality, who's the government? Who's the one that's writing the laws? Let's just be honest here. Who's in control of these laws? This nigga Trump done signed all kinds of executive orders. He could have easily have signed an executive order like we're getting rid of Pride Month. We're getting rid of, you know what I'm saying? He done some things, but it's not to the core of it, man. But let's see what a couple of these comments say. Hell no, just nasty work, bro. Oh, man. Oh, hell no. We probably gonna see too much in here. What's the harm of... See people like this right here probably living that life. What's the harm in having a man on the squad as long as he's a great dancer? Who cares? What the fuck you mean? He's out there twisting around like a damn chick. He's actually really effeminate as hell. He's more effeminate than... He's actually more feminine than the women that's on the damn squad. And some of those cheerleaders for the NFL, shit, them some of the... You know what kind of shit they be going through, man, to keep them little weights, and you ain't never seen no Big Shirley on no NFL cheerleader team. Shit, them bitches be in shape, and the shit that they be going through, and there be a lot of them that get cut that don't even make it, that be beautiful and very fucking feminine, man. Yeah, nah, you. See, this says colleges have always had male cheerleaders, including our former Republican President George W. Bush, Ronald Reagan. So I'm not sure why everyone is making such a big deal about it. See, you had masculine. I'm willing to those particular guys that's on those college cheerleader teams. They probably hitting every cheerleader on the team because they masculine guys. They had masculine energy. It wasn't no dudes running around twirling no goddamn batons and with fucking pom poms and shit like that on. You know what I'm saying? You know, they generally are the guys that would, you know, lift the cheer, you know, the chicks up to do the little tricks and shit like that. It says when ticket sales drop off, we'll see what happens then. Yeah, and they're gonna these MAGAs, these motherfucking Republicans, hey, they sick of that shit. But you know, the point that I wanted to make was Trump. He was pissed with Jake about taking a knee for real righteous right, so to speak, calling them all kinds of son of a bees, right? And this NFL, they get a tax break. They promote the military on TV every Sunday. Tuesday, Thursday night, whatever the fuck, what time the game come on, they promote that shit. Right? So, why isn't he saying, we're going to take funding from, he's taking fund. If he don't like you, he'll just take funding from you. He'll hit you in the pockets. So why is he hitting the NFL in the pockets about this? And why aren't these reporters actually asking him about shit like this? Since one of his talking points, you know, when he first came in was to get rid of shit like this. Right? Because where the girl football players at? Where these girl football? Why you don't see no girls trying out for the NFL? You see Esau, he set it up where these males can totally dominate you women, and these guys are actually set up to be woman of the year on fucking magazine covers and all kinds of stuff. So they done pretty much overtaken your little feminine shit. But I bet you ain't none of these chicks out here about to line up with none of these fucking NFL players, these linebackers, 300, 400 goddamn pounds, 6'10", you know, motherfucker can pull a damn fire truck. No, these bitches not going out there up against them men. It's these men that's going up against you women, and y'all don't see it. And as things get, you know, tighter coming down the scene, yeah, you women about to be in for it, man. You about to be in for it because your feminism done ran niggas off. And that goes for white women as well. It's not just our people, you know what I'm saying? These white people too as well, man. Matter of fact, let me see something. Let's ask ChatGPT. Does the NFL get funding for the military? Maybe you put in a tax, or yeah, let me just put in tax break. Because of their involvement with the military. Let's see what chat got to say. Searching the web. Great question. The short answer is no. The NFL does not receive a tax break specifically because of its involvement with the military. What the NFL does receive in connection with the military-related events is actually payments from the Department of Defense. What's the difference with the fucking you getting paid? Well, I guess it's no different than them showing a fucking Gillette razor commercial on that bitch. So I guess it's what the the government is doing. They're pretty much buying advertisement, and they spend good money for that, man. So, and where you think that money is coming from? That's coming from taxpayers. NFL and military involvement. What actually happens? NFL receives military-related payments, not tax breaks. The U.S. Department of Defense or National Guard has paid NFL teams to perform on field patriotic displays such as flag ceremonies, hometown hero segments, and salute to service tributes. These are essentially marketing or recruitment contracts. See that? No tax subsidies. Over a multi-year period, teams receive millions in such payment. Well, hey, let's see what the summary is. There's quite a bit to it. In short, the NFL doesn't enjoy tax advantages because of military involvement. It might receive payments from the military for events, but these are not tax-related benefits and were even partly refunded after scrutiny. Yeah, because people was talking shit about it. That's why I was saying I didn't know if they were still doing it or not. Because this has been a while ago. People was like, what the fuck going on here? But at the same time, too, I mean, what's a better place? I mean, you even have Army and Navy playing against each other. They got football teams. And that them shit score a pretty big crowd, man. A lot of people would normally watch those games. The damn stadiums be packed and full. You'll see the military standing there with their uniforms and shit on, cheering shit, and little stuff like that. So it's supposedly a patriotic type thing. Now, no other countries, or at least other than Edomites are the only countries that be allowing women in their militaries and trannies and shit like that, LGBT. Only these Edomites that they are into stuff like that. You're not. Now I will say with Russia, that's a different cut of Edomite. I don't, as far as I know, it's pretty much just big ass, burly ass, bear wrestling ass men in a military, and that's the reason why they look down on America too, and take that shit on America, because they don't have no respect for America. So when this guy, Pete says, what's his name? The military dude, looking stupid as hell, with the moose in his hair, got his fucking hair all way back, the white supremacist, So when he came in, he was trying to make somewhat of a difference, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, transgenders and this, that, and the third and now they got all kinds of lawsuits. It's just a horrible ass mess, man. But the point that I wanted to make again, still, and this is a separation of this country, this is a downfall of this place. It's too separated for it to come back. It's just too separated. Now, one time, have you seen Trump on TV saying, you know what, I'm gonna bow my head in prayer to the God of heaven and earth that created heaven and earth, Yahweh Shai, his son. You ain't gonna never hear him say nothing like that. It's just a simple prayer. Even if he don't say it, even in the name of sweet white baby Jesus, he's not going to get on TV and say, I just want to pray for the country, and can we just all come together just for one, let's just all come together, to make our country this. He's just saying, make America great again, and it's only towards one half of the country. So you got the other half. It's like, well, shit, like, well, what about us? Matter of fact, let me see. This shit playing in the backdrop too. That's the Spirit. It's playing on Fox. Vikings respond to backlash over male cheerleaders. Yeah, I wonder what they got to say. Let me see. It says, the next generation of cheers have arrived. I just lost all my respect for the Vikings. People pissed. Damn, why they got Antonio Brown on here? The Vikings have a new cheerleader look this season. Multiple fans of the Minnesota Vikings are reportedly threatening to cancel their season tickets because the team has hired male cheerleaders. Oh, yeah. But, okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to get... It's not enough of the LGBTQ people to keep that shit going. It's not. Because that, they really only like 1% of the population. But they make it seem as if everybody is with this shit. So when you see their stadium empty, you'll know why. You're gonna know why. When they start to lose those jersey sales, matter of fact, they got one on the Falcons looking like. Well, I would expect that on the Falcons. As terrible as that city is. Yeah, man, it's that. Yeah, just a bunch of nasties, man. Anyway, I'm looking at it because it's big news. I didn't even realize that. That's on matter of fact, that might not even be Fox. That's it's one of those. Yeah, boy, nasty work. That dude, nasty work. Okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams. Okay, they just showed the Jake, man, playing for who? This nigga. That nigga's nasty work, bro. He's real nasty work. That nigga got razor bumps and all kinds of shit, bro. But anyway, I really gotta, when we see stuff like this, we gotta say all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because we're watching the fall of our enemy, man. So I don't want to go into nothing seeing these. I don't even want to see these motherfuckers. Nasty. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a Bible ball.